Imagine a god so afraid of his child that he swallowed the mother while she was still pregnant. Now imagine that unborn child growing inside him, not just surviving, but sharpening her mind, preparing for war until one day, she burst from his skull, fully grown and armed for battle. This is not just the story of Athena's birth. This is a myth about fear, power, and the rise of wisdom from chaos. And trust me, you've never heard it told like this. Long before Athena emerged with a spear in hand, the story begins with a prophecy. Zeus, king of the gods, had recently overthrown his own father, Kronos, but the fates gave him a chilling warning. Your child with Metis will be more powerful than you. Metis, the titaness of wisdom and clever counsel, was already pregnant. Zeus panicked. What if his child rose up and overthrew him, just as he had done to Kronos? His solution wasn't just drastic, it was divine horror. He swallowed Metis whole, hoping to stop the prophecy by keeping both mother and unborn child locked inside his own body. But fate, especially in Greek mythology, always finds a way. Now here's where the story twists into the extraordinary. Metis doesn't die inside Zeus. She survives. And even more shockingly, she continues to raise the unborn child, teaching her, shaping her, whispering knowledge directly into her mind. Inside the belly of the god of lightning, wisdom was being forged in silence. And while Zeus believed he had solved the problem, something strange started happening. He began to suffer headaches so intense that they shook Mount Olympus. Visions, thunder, pain, the king of gods was cracking. One day, the agony became unbearable. Zeus called for Hephaestus, the blacksmith of the gods, and demanded relief. And here's where Greek myth shifts into pure cinematic madness. Hephaestus raised his hammer and cracked open Zeus's skull like an egg. From the split in his head, Athena sprang forth. But this wasn't a helpless infant. She was full-grown, clad in gleaming armor, shield in one hand, spear in the other, eyes flashing with strategy and fire. Born not from a mother's womb, but from the mind of a god, Athena was the embodiment of intelligence, war, and justice. And Zeus, instead of being overthrown, he embraced her. Maybe he saw his own power reflected in her. Maybe he knew the prophecy had been misunderstood, not that Athena would replace him, but that she would surpass him in wisdom, not power. Athena didn't just join the Olympians, she changed them. She became a symbol of balanced power, strength guided by intellect. Warfare, yes, but only when justified. Strategy over brute force, justice over tyranny. She became the protector of heroes like Odysseus and Perseus, not through divine favor, but because she saw in them a sharp mind. In a pantheon filled with jealous, chaotic gods, Athena was something rare, order. She didn't conquer with rage, she conquered with clarity. And here's the deeper twist. In a world where gods are born of blood and lust, Athena was born from thought. She's the only Olympian whose origin begins with fear, but ends in wisdom. So what does her myth tell us? That fear can lead to tyranny, but from that fear, wisdom can be born. That power doesn't have to scream the loudest to win. And maybe most importantly, that the mind, when sharpened by silence and forged through pressure, is mightier than any thunderbolt. Athena was never meant to be just a goddess. She was the idea that reason can win wars. That knowledge is a weapon. And that sometimes, the greatest force in the universe is the one that splits open the mind, not the sky. If this story flipped what you thought you knew about Greek mythology, there's a whole world of these untold legends waiting to be uncovered. Like, subscribe, and let's dive deeper into the myths they never taught in school.